What's up everyone, this is Ryan from Arcades Games. Today I'm here to show you how to clean out an original Xbox. I really like original Xboxes, they're one of my favorite systems. I had a lot of good memories with them, Halo LAN parties, other stuff. So today I'm going to show you how to clean one of these guys up if they're pretty dirty. I'll probably go into one on how to clean a disk drive at a later time, but for now let's just look at the box itself. So to begin, we're going to get rid of some of this surface dirt that's on top of the box. We're going to use a can of compressed air. This is just stuff I got at Walmart. So we're going to clean out these grooves and these ridges because this is one of the major areas of dust that accumulate on the Xbox. So we're going to take our air and just blow out these grooves. So you can see most of the dust just flies right off from using the compressed air. And just from a simple little cleaning like that, you can see that it cleans out the inside of these grooves really well, and it looks fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and repeat that with this other side, just blow out these ridges and these grooves. I'm spending a little more time on the ridged areas because there was a lot more dirt on this side than there was on the other side, so I just want to make sure to get that really thoroughly. And then after you're done with that, just blow off the jewel, blow off these little indented areas at the top and bottom of the console just to make sure that they are clean of any surface dirt. And after that, we can move on to a more thorough cleaning process. So to clean out Xbox ridges, I like to use Q-tips. Q-tips are soft, they fit perfectly between these ridges, they don't cause scrapes on the shiny parts of the ridges. So they're a great cleaning tool to use on the original Xbox because if you use something a little more abrasive, you're going to end up with a bunch of scuff marks along these shiny finishes, and that just doesn't look good. You want to make sure that the console still looks good, make sure it gets clean. That's the whole point of this process. So you just put the Q-tip down in the ridge. Depending on how dirty your box is, you can get them wet, and you just make sure to rub it up against both sides of the interior ridges to make sure they're cleaned out. That way we got a nice clean look to the box. I'm going to speed up the video here until we finish cleaning the ridges so you can see the after result. So again, you're just going to go groove to groove and scrape up against both sides of the fins, ridges. I changed my mind on what I want to call these things, I'm sorry. And just back and forth, back and forth. Once you finish one side, you move on to the next side, back and forth. If you have a stubborn spot, you might have to push a little bit harder on the Q-tip or get water like I mentioned earlier. I had a little stubborn spot here on this side, so I just kept working at it and it eventually came up. But as you can see, the result is quite remarkable. It's already getting a lot shinier just from a simple Q-tip. Like, these things clean up really nice and easily. That's one of the things I like about them. Like, the ridges are annoying to clean, but they do clean up nicely. And once you're finished with that, pick up your can of compressed air again and now blow off all of this loosened dirt that you just got with those Q-tips. So make sure to get both sides, the top, bottom, anywhere you scrape the Q-tip. And as you can see, once again, super shiny. Like, not even that much effort put into this and it already looks 10 times better. So to further clean your box, it's time to get out your wipes. We have 3 kids at home, so I use baby wipes. If you have Clorox wipes, those are way better. But this box doesn't look too bad, so I'm going to get away with these baby wipes. So you get your wipe and you start going over the surfaces you didn't previously get. So mostly the X, the jewel, and the 2 ridges at the top and bottom, the 2 glossy ridges. Glossy, that's the word I couldn't remember earlier. So just go over everything on top with your wipes. It gets more dirt that your compressed air didn't get earlier. For the jewel, I like to get my fingernail and rub it right against the edges because there's a lot of grime that gets built up in the jewel. It's recessed, lots of stuff can like just build up in there, so make sure to get really thorough around that edge just to, once again, just make it look cleaner. That's the whole point of this video. We want things to look clean. Gosh dang it, we're gonna make things look clean. So moving right along, we're gonna move to the front of the box now and clean out these controller ports. As you can see, the controller ports build up quite a bit of dust. They're recessed and it's kind of hard to get to sometimes. So that's going to be our next point of attack. I'm not quite sure why I refer to it like that, but the process is going to be the same as with the ridges. We're going to spray it out with compressed air, get our Q-tips, clean the insides pretty thoroughly, And then once we're done with that, we are going to go ahead and get our compressed air back out and blow out all the loose dirt from before. After you finish with the front, we're going to move on to the back. Probably going to be your most dirtiest area or your second dirtiest area on the entire box. As you can see, a lot of dirt just likes to build up in these back ridges. So if you haven't guessed it by now, same process. Compressed air, blow out all the dust. Make sure you're not inhaling as you do this, because it tends to kick a lot back right into your face. After you're done with the compressed air, move on to the Q-tips, and you want to make sure to get the Q-tips all the way down into the case, so you're brushing up against the tabs, and if you can reach it, the metal casing inside of the plastic shell. And just be thorough about it. Again, if you need to get the Q-tip wet, I did mention it earlier, but make sure you don't have this thing soaking wet, because then you might risk damaging the box. So just get it wet, squeeze it out a little bit. It just needs to be damp. But as soon as you're done with that, as you can see, much cleaner. Moving on to our final area of external cleaning on the box, we have these side ridges where main air intake is for the entire box. Air comes in from the sides and then gets pulled out through the back. So you get quite a bit of dust buildup on these as well. So same process, compress air, Q-tips, really scrub it out. We just want to make sure there's a nice clean airflow available to the system. Once you finish that, it's time to open the box up. So there are 6 screws on the bottom of the box. There are 4 under each of these rubber feet, and then 1 under the serial number and 1 under the console information. So you need a Torx 20 screw bit to open this guy up. After you get the screws out, you normally just have to pull on the top of the box and it'll pop right open. This guy decided it wanted to give me a lot of trouble and get stuck in place, so I really had to yank on it. But normally you should just be able to pull the sides away from the main base, and then the top just slides right off. But yeah, I don't know what was wrong with this guy. I just wanted to be stubborn. There we go. Good job. I got it off. Woohoo. Before we move on to cleaning the interior components, grab the top of your case that you just pulled off and pull out your compressed air and just give the inside a nice spray down, because as you clean the outside you push some of it to the inside. So get the air, blow it out, wipe it down with your Clorox wipes or your baby wipes in my case. That way you just make sure that your entire case is just clean, inside and out. To start off with, grab your wipes and give your DVD drive and hard drive a good wipe down. There's a lot of little surface dust that gets built up on these guys, nothing major. Grab any grooves you see, grab the ribbon cable. Ribbon cables attract a lot of dust. So just give that a quick once over. Once you're done with that, pull the ribbon cable and power cable out from the back of your hard drive, and we need to take 3 more screws out to get to our motherboard. You need a Torx 10 to unscrew these. There's 1 at the back of the hard drive and 2 more at the front of the DVD drive. So pull all 3 of those out and you'll be able to pop out the hard drive and the DVD drive so we can access the motherboard, heat sinks, and RAM. After pulling out the hard drive, make sure to give the tray that it's mounted in a good wipe down with your wipes. Air is channeled through these trays to the heat sinks and then out through the back of the fan. So make sure to get these cleaned off. Just make sure there's no dust buildup, so that way, again, we're looking for a good clean airflow here to keep the box living longer. So after you're done with the hard drive, move over to the DVD drive, unplug the ribbon cable, power cable, pop that guy out. Gives us access to our RAM and heat sinks and all that. But again, before we get to those, just give the DVD drive a good thorough cleaning. Get the top, bottom, the tray. You can actually pop the DVD drive out of the tray by pulling the tray to the sides, and it just pops right off. So that way you can clean in between them where dust builds up. That's not as necessary other than just to be a neat freak, but hey, we're cleaning. And then once you're done with that, make sure to get the tray again where the DVD drive was sitting. And once you're all said and done, we can just pop the DVD drive back onto the tray. I'm thinking about doing another video where I show you how to clean the insides of a DVD drive and how to fix the band. If you're interested in that, just let me know in the comments, and then I can go ahead and get into that as well. So after you get all that done, it's time to move on to the inside of the box. We're going to get our compressed air, and we're going to blow out the processor heatsink, the graphics card heatsink, the motherboard, power supply. You just want to make sure to give everything inside the case as thorough a blowover as you can. Don't forget the controller ports in the front, and then also wipe the spot where the DVD tray normally sits and grab these exterior shieldings where the air intake's from. And then I like to get a wipe and get inside the heat sinks, and then Q-tip as well to get further down. That way you just make sure the heatsink fins are clear, that way you get optimum cooling. I'm considering doing another video where I show you how to replace the thermal paste on an Xbox. Haven't decided if I want to yet. After you're finished with all that, grab a screwdriver so you can pull out this fan. It has two little tabs that you just need to pull apart, and it's easier for me just to use a flathead. After you do that, make sure to clean the fan, Q-tips, compressed air, wipes. You want to make sure this sucker's clean. Possibly going to do another video showing how to replace this fan with a more modern, better fan. Again, anything you're interested in seeing for the original Xbox, leave a comment, and if it's something I'm capable of doing, I'd love to show it. After you're done cleaning your fan, you just need to slide it back into the place where you pulled it out from. So just push it down, and it gives you this really satisfying click when you get it down in the right spot. Make sure you plug in the cord, that way it works when you turn the box back on. After that, it's time to clean behind the fan. This is one of the spots that doesn't get cleaned very well in a lot of for a lot of people. So just get a Q-tip, get down there, get the grate, compressed air. If you really need to, a wipe again as always. And after that's done, it's time to reassemble. So plug your IDE cable back in, your DVD power cable, grab your DVD drive, get it fitted right. It kind of is stubborn to get it to sit flat, so just make sure you get it in right. Plug in the IDE cable, then the power cable. After that, get your hard drive. The power cord can be hard to get back into place, so just work with it a little bit, get it back into its groove. Slide it here. Yeah, there it goes. So get that back in there, plug it in, and then it's time to screw back in these little screws that were on the inside of the box. So get those. The reason we want to put those back in, you don't really have to, but the reason we want to is just to prevent vibration. So it keeps the DVD drive from vibrating too much, hard drive from vibrating too much, keeps them living a little bit longer. So I like to do it. It's a bit of a pain when I decide to open the box back up, but I think it's worth it. So after that's done, plug the IDE cable back into the hard drive, and then pop the top back on and flip that sucker over and put the 6 screws back into the bottom. And once that's done, I like to give everything another thorough wipe down. You've been using the compressed air, so dust has been flying everywhere. So give everything a good thorough cleaning once again. Well, just a quick wipe down, because you don't have to go as deep, of course. And once that is done, your box is good to go, very clean, and is ready to be played for countless more hours before you have to clean it again. Thank you all for watching this tutorial on how to clean out the inside of an original Xbox. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing it. Again, if there's anything you want to see about an original Xbox, if I know how to do it, I'd love to make a video about it. I'm thinking about doing the inside of a disk drive cleaning, replace the rubber band, replace the fans, maybe a soft mod tutorial. Again, just let me know what you want to see, and if you found this anywhere near entertaining or interesting or funny, well, I'm kind of funny to listen to, but just hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And you all have yourselves a wonderful day.